All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on those apps you use every single day. We're going to explore the powerful, kind of invisible system that connects your social media activity to the world of business intelligence. So let's trace that journey from your screen all the way to their spreadsheets.
It seems so simple, doesn't it? Just a quick tap on a heart or a thumbs up. But that one little click, that's the starting pistol for an incredible journey, kicking off this really complex process that turns your everyday interactions into super valuable data.
And the scale here is, well, it's just staggering. I mean, think about it. Way back in 2017, Facebook alone was already getting close to 2 billion active users. That's not just a network. That's like a whole digital civilization. And every single person in it is contributing to this massive interconnected system.
And that system actually has a name. It's called a Social Media Information System, or SMIS for short. It's the formal term for the engine that's running behind your favorite apps. It's not just about sharing pictures, It's a really sophisticated IT framework that's designed to manage how content flows between all of us and how communities get built around the things we care about.
Okay, so to really get what this machine is all about, we've got to break it down. Let's start with a simple question. Who's actually involved here?
So every SMIS, and I mean every single one, revolves around 3 key players. First, you've got the social media providers. Yep, the big companies like Facebook and Twitter that build and maintain the platforms. Then, there are the users. That's individuals like you and me, but also organizations trying to reach us. And finally, you have the communities. These are the organic groups that just pop up when users with shared interests find each other.
Now, here's what's really fascinating. Underneath all these different platforms, whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok, they are all built on the exact same 5 fundamental components. So it all has to start with the hardware. This is the physical stuff, right? For the providers, we're talking about massive, elastic, cloud-based servers that can handle billions of interactions at once. For us, the users, it's the device that's literally in our hands, our smartphones, our laptops, our tablets. Next up is the software. This is the code, the magic that brings all that hardware to life. The providers are busy developing these complex back-end applications and analytics. We, on the other hand, interact with the front end, the slick mobile apps or the web browsers we use to scroll through our feeds.
Then, of course, there's the data. And this is the absolute lifeblood of any SMIS. It really comes in 2 main flavors. First, you've got the content data. That's all the posts, pictures, and videos we create. But just as important is the connection data, which basically maps out our entire social graph. Who we're friends with, what pages we follow, and how we're all connected to each other.
Component number 4 is procedures. Think of these as the rules of the road. The providers have all these formal procedures for running and maintaining the app, but then there's us, the users. We create our own informal procedures. The social etiquette, the memes, the trends, all the unwritten rules that dictate how we actually use the platform.
And finally, we get to the most important and, let's be honest, the most unpredictable component. People. Yep, that includes the staff who build and manage the platforms, but it's mainly us, the users. We're the ones who adapt the technology, find super creative new ways to use it, and sometimes act in completely irrational ways that no developer could ever predict.
So when you put it all together, you can really see this clear partnership happening. The providers, they supply the core infrastructure, the servers and the applications. But it's the users and the communities that provide the lifeblood, the content, the connections, and the culture that makes the whole thing work. Okay, so we've got this massive, complex system. But why is it so valuable? Well, the answer isn't really in the technology itself. It's in a totally different kind of capital that gets built from all of these connections.
We all get traditional capital, right? You invest money in things like factories or equipment to make a profit. But social media runs on something called social capital. And what that means is investing in your relationships with the expectation that those connections will pay off for you down the line.
So what kind of return are we talking about here? Well, social capital gives you 4 key benefits. It gives you access to information, like hearing about a job opportunity from an old colleague. It gives you influence over people who make decisions. It provides social credentials. Let's face it, being connected to respected people makes you look good. And it reinforces your own identity and your professional standing. Now, let's pivot for a second. We've seen how we as users build value through social capital. But how do businesses get value out of the insane amount of data that's being generated? Well, this is where business intelligence comes into play.
Business intelligence, or BI, is basically the engine companies use to make sense of all this data.
It's a whole set of systems and processes designed to find patterns, trends, and relationships inside these huge data sets. And the ultimate goal? It's to analyze what happened in the past so you can make really smart predictions about the future. And this isn't just random. No, it's a very structured process for turning all those raw clicks and likes into actual strategic business decisions.
It really boils down to 3 core activities. First, you have to acquire the data, which means getting it from all sorts of places, cleaning it up, and organizing it. Second, you perform the analysis, using these powerful techniques to find all those hidden patterns. And third, you publish the results, getting those valuable insights to the decision makers who can actually act on them.
This whole process is designed to refine raw information into something truly actionable. Data from countless sources gets cleaned and analyzed so that by the time it gets to the people making the big calls, it's not just noise anymore. It's a clear signal telling them what to do next. So, where does all this data actually live? It's stored in something called a data warehouse. You can think of it as a gigantic digital library for a company. It pulls in historical data from every single corner of the business, sales, marketing, social media, operations, you name it, and stores it all in a stable, consistent format, just waiting for analysis.
And if the data warehouse is the entire library, then a data mart is like a single, specialized shelf in that library. It's a smaller, curated collection of data that's been pulled from the main warehouse to help out one specific team. This way, the sales team isn't digging through inventory data and vice versa. Everybody gets exactly the information they need and none of the stuff they don't.
And the really crucial point here is that it's software that brings this all together. These powerful BI applications do all the heavy lifting of reporting, data mining, and big data analysis, and they're what transform the raw information sitting in that warehouse into something genuinely valuable.
Which, brings us right back to where we started. On one hand, you've got the social media information system, where we create value through our connections. And on the other, you've got the business intelligence system, where companies find value in our data. These two systems are just deeply intertwined. So as they keep evolving and getting smarter, it leaves us with a really critical question to think about. What is the true price of a simple lake?